is -3. This one is 0. That's -1. 35, that's +2. That means that that person actually lost 2 inches when they were using the shoes. That's a bummer. -2, -5, -3. Okay, so to figure out d bar, I'm going to need to add up all the differences and divide by how many I have. So if I add them up, I get -14. And then if I divide by how many I have, I get -1.75, and that is my d bar. Okay. And then I put all of the standard deviations into my calculator. So if you go to Stat Edit, get a light to work here. Probably because I'm so... There we go. Alright, so if I go to Edit, I've already put all those numbers in list 1. So if I go to Stat Calc, 1 variable stats, I find out that my sample standard deviation, which is what I want, this is not a population, this is only 8 people, is 2.1213. So I'm going to write that down. Remember, if I'm going too fast for you at any point, you can always stop the video. We're only doing one example today, so you got lots of time. Alright, so those are kind of like that's the information I need for this in a little bit. Okay, now I need to find the standardized test statistic, which is T equals d bar minus mu sub d over s sub d divided by the square root of n, which is technically still x minus mu over sigma. So T equals, let's see, that's -1.75. I told you at the beginning that this is going to be always 0 because that's your null, which is assuming that there is no difference. Innocent until proven guilty. Standard deviation goes on the bottom, divided by how many pairs you have, which is a square root of 8. And that gets me, my t-score is -2.33. Remember to put the top and the bottom in parentheses. Okay, so now I've got my test statistic. Now I have to make a decision whether to reject or accept the null hypothesis, and then I have to figure out about the claim. So my test statistic hits here, -2.33. That means that I reject the null. Okay, because it went over here into the rejection region, so I'm going to reject the null and accept the claim. That athletes can increase their vertical jump height by using these shoes. Okay. So that's it. These would take a really long time if you had to do the standard deviation by hand, so let's definitely not do that. But you will have to figure out the difference of every single one and then think realistically that remember, this is kind of counterintuitive. It makes you think like I should be saying that the difference is +2 because they've increased their jump height, which you could do if you switch this to mu sub d is greater than 0 and then kind of switched the before and after, but I kept it with the before going first, so before minus after means that we need a negative jump height to be successful. Okay. Well, your homework is down here, this tiny little bit right here. It says page 442, numbers 9 and 10. Not a long assignment, so you should be able to get through it fairly quickly, but these problems do take a while, so I do very much understand that this assignment, or not assignment, but these problems take a while, which is why you only have 2 problems. So, okay guys, I hope you have a terrific day. I miss you, as usual, a whole bunch. I really, 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 really do.